What's going on, y'all? Great news for Chicago's basketball scene, in particular, collegiate hoops in Chicago. DePaul University, in particular. Charlie Moore, former point guard at Kansas University and California, is now going to be coming back home to DePaul to play for the Blue Demons. And I'm happy for DePaul in general, and I'm happy for Charlie Moore, man. Charlie had a prolific year to start his freshman season off at California. He averaged about 12 to 13 points a game as a freshman, had the ball in his hands, was entrusted as the decision maker for the team, and he was given the reins right away, man. He proved himself worthy, dropped like 39 points in like the season opener or something like that, did a great job and showed that he had the ability to score and to facilitate the basketball and to knock down big shots, timely shots as well, clutch shots. He then transferred to Kansas. It was rumored that he was transferring to be closer to his family, but I don't know. For some reason, I think Charlie just wanted to elevate his play and elevate his stage. So he wanted to go to a bigger school to showcase his abilities. Unfortunately, with going to a school like Kansas, you're going to have so many prolific guards. Kansas is a team where McDonald's All-American players are going to come, and they're going to come every single year. So when Charlie went to Kansas, he had guards starting in front of him. Guards that were, I believe, y'all can correct me, big-time recruits or maybe McDonald's All-Americans. I'm not sure, again, on the McDonald's All-American part, but I know if they're at Kansas, they're big-time guards. Big-time guards coming in. Bill Self? Bill Self is going to probably told those guys they would be starting, and then Charlie is looking like he's in no man's land. He's at a place where he's not given the reins immediately, and he's giving limited minutes, so he really can't showcase all that he could do in that time. And when he's out there, because he wasn't playing frequently, he was out of rhythm a lot. So you had a lot of people at Kansas thinking that Charlie was a bust, that Charlie was just a one-hit wonder, it was a fluke and all those things. Listen, I'm here to tell y'all right now, Charlie Moore, Lil Charlie as we call him in Chicago, is a gamer. He is a dog, and I watched it. I watched it at my former high school, Morgan Park High School, and I've seen him put on a show there. I've seen him put on a show at the collegiate level at Cal. I paid close attention to California games strictly because Charlie is a Chicago guard and he went to my high school. So I was watching him, and I'm watching him play, and he was looking comfortable. He was in the flow of the offense, and he just looked like a natural on the court. I think now with this move to DePaul, I think this will get Charlie's confidence back. I think it will get Charlie back in the position it needs to be in. Give him the ball, give him the reins, and let him work. And let him facilitate the offense. And I think things will be much smoother for him. He's coming back home to be close with his family. And his friends can watch him play. Former coaches in high school and AAU can watch him play. And I think he'll be in a more comfortable situation. Especially due to the fact that DePaul is in a rebuilding stage. They have been in the abyss of the Big East Conference. They have been in turmoil for the last, for a while now, man. People don't talk about DePaul, and DePaul is like an afterthought. I remember one year DePaul almost lost. They lost to UIC. It's like y'all losing to Horizon League schools and losing to a lot of mid-major programs, and it's like, wow, the luster is just falling all off of DePaul. DePaul has no prestige attached to the name, and it was once a storied program. Guys like Quentin Richardson coming out of there, Stephen Hunter, Mark Aguirre, Marcus Liberty, guys like that, man. It was looked at as a prestigious program. Rod Strickland as well. And so I don't know. After the early 2000s, they started to fall off. The last team I remember being even okay or all right was the team with Sammy Mejia out of New York. Wilson Chandler also went there as well. I don't even remember if they were really that good. Wilson was good, but I don't know if they were really that good the year Wilson was there. He got drafted though, first round, so it was a good look for him. But DePaul, the prestige of DePaul basketball has to come back, man. And I'm hoping that this move with Charlie can bring the fanfare back. And I've heard, again, I haven't looked this up, but I've heard that DePaul has like a top 25 recruiting class or something like that. So it's a great start for DePaul, and adding Charlie will make things even better. And I'm telling y'all, DePaul fans, don't be weary, don't fret, don't worry. Charlie is as good as advertised. As he was advertised in California, he is that good. And I think now he's going to be on this stage. He got a chip on his shoulder to prove that, I really can play. I just couldn't get into a rhythm at Kansas. And now I'm here to quiet the noise and to elevate my basketball career to what it once was. Charlie will take those leaps and bounds and steps forward, and I think that DePaul's program will move forward as well. I really don't know much about the young guys. Y'all can drop in the comment section below and tell me about the other guys on the program. I really don't know about DePaul's other players or incoming players, but I'm sure with a top 25 recruiting class that they will be fine. They will bode well, and I think these is great steps moving forward for DePaul University. I think a lot of times people, they lost all of the top recruits from the last couple of years, man. DePaul wasn't able to snag hardly any of those top guys. So I think this could possibly change things. Charlie, I know, has good relationships with a lot of the younger guys playing for the Mac Urban Fire, one of the top AAU programs in Chicago. I think the hotbed of talent may migrate into DePaul, might come into DePaul, and especially with Charlie's convincing, and a lot of the younger cats in Chicago may look up to Charlie and look up to the other young guys they recruited and may look like, hey, this program is going into the right direction. They're in the Big East. Again, it's a Big East. It's the Big East Conference. I really didn't think it should be that much hard of a sell. But at the same time, when the program, a lot of these young kids in the Chi, man, they want to go to the big time programs to get drafted and go to the league. But at the same time, you got to create that culture where you are. And I think the culture can be created because guys used to get drafted out of DePaul at one point. So I think the culture will start to change as you get young, hot prospects that can produce wins for the program. You get coaching staff that kids trust, kids can not relate to, but that can speak the language of these kids, but at the same time be a great disciplinarian and be a confidence booster for these kids, man. So I think you get those coaches, that coaching staff. I'm trying to see who the coach is now for the program. I got to think, but you get some great recruiting going on, and I think DePaul can be back at the prestigious image that it once held. But yeah, man, I'm excited for DePaul's program. I'm excited for Lil Charlie to, prove everybody wrong, because, as a guy that watched Charlie, I got a little upset. Like, man, of course, I'm feeling like that because I watched Charlie play. He went to my high school. I'm much older than Charlie, but I was watching him play when I was in school, in grad school, in college. I was watching him hoop. Like, man, this young boy, he tough. And so when I knew how good he was coming out of Chicago Public League, you're not a bum playing and doing your thing in Chicago Public League. The city of Chicago's hooping scene is no easy cakewalk. Ask Derrick Rose, ask Patrick Beverly, ask Jabari Parker, ask Anthony Davis. Ask all those, even the former guys, Antoine Walker, Quentin Richardson, all the other guys in the Chi can tell you the same thing. So this is not a cakewalk. If you can play well in this conference, you can play well in college, especially if you're a top tier talent like Charlie, man. So I think Charlie's out to prove himself, and he will prove himself to all the naysayers. So I think that I'm really excited for DePaul's program. I really think Charlie can play immediately as well. I think using, what is it called, the hardship waiver or something like that, or some type of waiver that he can play immediately instead of sitting out a year, which will I think will definitely bode well for Charlie's confidence. And going forward, man, I think DePaul will be onto some great things, man. I'm excited. I want to see how these young guys are going to do. And I think that Chicago basketball will be well on its way and collegiately, man. So I don't know, man. It always puzzled me why kids didn't want to go to DePaul. Kids would rather go to a mid-major out of state sometimes than go to DePaul. And I'm like, it's Big East. Well, I know some kids wanted to leave Chicago, leave, their environment and go to a whole new environment and start off somewhere fresh and get away from home. But again, this is Big East Conference. You're going to play against all the big boys, and you're always going to be on a platform where you can showcase your skills on ESPN, ESPN2, all these, big time channels, man. So it's a great look. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to DePaul. Y'all got a killer coming y'all way. And hey, man, I don't think DePaul going to be in the depths for too much longer, man. He coming home. And the young boys that they got with him on the team already and the prospects they're going to have coming in, I think they're going to shock a lot of people, man. Peace.